Good morning, everyone. On today's show, got a couple big topics. First, we got to talk about what happened last night with Disco Elysium because after, almost 2 months of playing this game, it seems like finally the bottom has fallen out. Plus, today we must determine what will be the upcoming marathon for when I hit 50 goals because we need to start building towards it and preparing for it. And unless we determine what it is, we can't do that. So today we will come to some important decisions, plus chill vibes, Q&A, and more on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Today is Monday, the 28th of April, 2025. I'm DSP, and welcome to the Level 1 Podcast here on DSP Gaming and DSP Gaming Real. Here, it is interesting weather because we've had warm weather for over a week, meaning I put my air conditioner in and everything, and now today, out of nowhere, it's like cool. So I don't even have the air conditioner on. I just have my fans on today. Jasper actually is in the room, but he just jumped into the window. So you may see him on and off the podcast here. And I hope that you guys are ready for some chill vibes. Today, we've got a couple important topics to discuss. Disco Elysium and the upcoming 50-goal reward marathon. Outside of that, we're just going to relax. There's not a crazy amount of stuff going on. There was no game news today. As I told you guys, right now it's the calm before the gaming storm. And what I mean by that is that there will be a bunch of new releases coming out in May that a lot of people will be talking about and playing. In addition, in early June, we've got the explosion of gaming activity with the release of the Switch 2 and, of course, Mario Kart World. Then we've got Summer Game Fest. And then we've got the Xbox online presentation. What did they call it? Xbox, I forget what it's called. But that's also going to feature all the Xbox exclusives, even though there are none, and also Outer Worlds 2 and stuff like that. So we basically are in a situation where there's a ton coming, and we're in kind of like the last couple of weeks of maybe a slowed down lull before that all happens. The good news is, I'm enjoying everything that we're doing, and I hope that you guys are too. I am interested to see how today goes. What do I mean by that? Well, today we're playing Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This will be my third stream of the game since it released last Thursday. And to be honest with everyone, I think it's one of the best games I've played in a long time. It's got a completely original plot, great graphics, amazing music, and interesting gameplay mechanics, whether it's exploring the world for secret items and platforming challenges, or just seeing this awesome world design. To me, it kind of reminds me of back in the day playing a game like Final Fantasy 13. The gameplay of combat is also unique, where each character plays a little differently, either building up charges or using elemental weaknesses, and it's actually getting better and better the more that I've been playing the game. Okay, so why am I saying I'm wondering how today's going to go? Well, last week when the game came out, I played it for 2 straight days, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really bowled over with the attendance that we got. Not to say that we didn't hit our goals. We absolutely did, but it just was weird. You would think for a game that is insanely positively reviewed all over the internet and that people are ranting and raving about, that people would be coming by for the streams of this game. And the attendance just wasn't great. I mean, I remember, I think that second stream on Friday, we barely had 200 viewers on YouTube and maybe like 60 on Kick. For a new release, that's just odd. You know, I would expect that for a game that we've been playing for a month or two, and this is like the tail end of the playthrough, not the second day, especially because the game is getting better and better. New locations, awesome boss fights, good stuff going on, and I'm loving it. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of JRPGs. I'm a huge fan of this style of game. So what's going on right now? Last week, when I asked that question, many people responded, okay? And the response was thus. I got responses in emails, DMs, and video comments. Basically, people are avoiding spoilers. This is an epic RPG, the likes of which we haven't seen in a very long time. It's made by only a 30-person dev team, which is an amazing accomplishment for how good the game is. And being that it is mostly narrative focused, people don't want to spoil the narrative. All right. So I get it. Really, I do. I kind of agree with you. But now, here's the thing. All right. Today is Monday. The game came out on Thursday. Right. And if you take a look at that, I've only played 5 hours of the game since it came out. Most people who have purchased this game within the 5 days that it's been out have played way more than me, probably played more than an hour a day. Okay. Now, I will be balancing this game heavily as a daytime stream moving forward, as long as people like it. But I certainly hope that now the whole rationale that, oh, I didn't come by because you don't want to be spoiled, for the most part, will have been an outdated reason. You're mostly past me. Maybe if someone had never played it and they don't want to be spoiled on it, I get it. Okay. But seriously, I hope that we get more people today because this game is outstanding. I'm loving it. I'm being told it's around, someone said like 50 hours long. So we're in for a long haul style playthrough. And man, I want to keep playing it, and I want to keep it in the rotation as a major stream, being that it's so long and interesting. But I need people to show up. So let's see what happens today. Hoping that whole first weekend where I didn't play it this weekend, I wasn't here on Saturday. Yesterday we did Oblivion. Hopefully today we'll get more of an audience for the game. I guess it remains to see. Okay. All right. Anyway, so what we should do first off, before we start discussing other topics like the upcoming marathon and the like, I want to talk about Disco Elysium. All right. I do. I want to talk about Disco Elysium because here's the deal with Disco Elysium. This is a game that came out many years ago, and when it first came out, it was PC exclusive. Everyone at that point was ranting and raving. It's the most unique game ever. It's so dialogue heavy, and it deals with topics you would never see dealt with in a video game. And probably Phil's playthrough of it, if he ever played it, would be completely unique because we know that the things he says and does, and the way he handles things in games, especially narrative-based games, is very entertaining and different than what a lot of other people do, right? The problem was it wasn't a console game for a very long time. And then all of a sudden it did get ported to console, but it was late to the game when it did. It had already been out on PC for an extended period of time. There wasn't a lot of demand for me to play it. People had mentioned Disco Elysium over the years, telling me, oh, if you ever played it, it would be epic and it would be this amazing playthrough. But quite frankly, I never really thought to play it. Then, over the past several months, being now a PC gamer and having a PC to play all these games on, all right, and starting up doing indie nights. If you remember, that's the reason why we're playing it, is because we've been playing many different indie games since January, including games like Killer Frequency and Kiosk and the game about digging a hole and stuff like that. But all those games were meant to be short experiences, only a couple of streams, and you move on to the next great indie game. With Disco Elysium, someone wanted to see me play it so badly, they actually bought it and said, I'll donate it to you. And not that that was a big deal. It's not expensive or anything. But they said, I really want to see you try it and play it. And hey, if it doesn't work out as a playthrough, it's fine. I just like to see you give it a shot so you know what it's all about and know what you were missing. And that's really how I approached this game about a month and a half, 2 months ago when we first started playing it. Because now, if you didn't know, we've done 7 streams of this game. That's how much I've invested into it. It's like 14, 15 parts and I think at this point, almost 20 hours of gameplay. Okay? So, Disco Elysium is a weird game. In a lot of ways, I would struggle to even say it is much of a game. It's basically you walking around, trying to investigate a murder, point and clicking, kind of like it's The Secret of Monkey Island. But as soon as you open up a dialogue with someone, basically the game just becomes insanely long conversations. And sometimes these conversations are very on topic to the game, investigating the murder. And other times these conversations have nothing to do with anything. These conversations are about politics. They're about religion. They're about the nature of existence and the human condition. They're about people treating people with respect. They're about, strikes and workers' rights and things like that. You might say, well, what the hell does that have to do with anything? And the answer is very simple. Nothing. It has nothing to do with anything. But that's how the game is, okay? The game literally throws you crazy off the rails into these insane dialogues. And as you develop these dialogues, you can actually get thoughts in your head that if you give them enough time in the game, you get stat boosts, you get abilities. The game is like an RPG where you level up and actually can update different abilities that will let you pass a speech check. A lot of the times, though, the game is just RNG. So you'll be deducing something to do with something you're investigating, and it'll be like, well, because you have very strong composure, you have a 58% chance to pass this random dice roll as if you're playing Baldur's Gate 3. Okay? So you'll do the dice roll, and whether you win or lose, it depends on if you can continue on with this line of plot and investigation or not. It's very unique, but let me tell you something. I definitely feel like Disco Elysium is a game that is fun to play, but man, it's got to be boring as hell to watch because nothing ever really happens. Sometimes I'm not kidding. You'll be in a 25-minute conversation with one person that goes in circles and doesn't really amount to anything. Other times, there'll be massive developments where after trying to do something for 6 hours, it finally happens and it leads to another discovery and another development and a bunch of action happens. You're like, oh, so it really is a game that I feel is unique. Definitely a game that if you are a variety gamer, you should try to play at least to understand what it is and what they were trying to do with it. But at the same time, I get why people probably aren't in love with my playthrough of this game. It's kind of slow. It's really hard to stay focused when these conversations go off the rails about completely unrelated topics. And quite honestly, I think it's probably pretty boring to watch. Not to play, but to watch. Okay? So you might say, wait a minute. You just said you played 7 streams of this game. Well, why did you keep playing it? Well, to give you an honest response to that, every time I played this game, we did not get a lot of viewership. We did not get a lot of engagement, but we got a lot of support because it seemed like there was a small group of people, maybe, 50 to 100 people who really liked seeing me play this game. And they would come back to the streams, and every stream it would be 1 or 2 people would do like a big tip or a bunch of subs or a big super chat saying, please continue with this game. I really like it and keep going. And I told everyone weeks ago, listen, here's the deal. I'm willing to continue the game as long as we can get it supported, but I cannot play it more than once a week. It gets no attendance. And in fact, I told you this 2-3 weeks ago. It's literally the least watched thing I have ever done in the 17 years I've been a creator on YouTube. No one is watching this thing. The streams are lowly attended. The videos don't even get 300 views in general. Like, it is dead. All right. So, that being said, I would continue it on at the pace of 1 stream a week, 2 hours of gameplay a week, essentially, as long as people would still show up and support it. That happened 6 straight streams. To my surprise, I thought within a few weeks the thing would sputter out and die and the experiment would be over. But seriously, it actually continued for 6 weeks of people coming and saying, no, please keep playing it. We'll support it. We'll support it. Well, last night, it finally ended. We started playing, and the funny part about it, of course, right? The night that this happens is the night with the actual most occurrences and developments in the game. I actually completed an autopsy on the body of the murder victim that led to all of this new discovery of plot that now we're moving in, and it actually made the game way more interesting. We started talking with a group of people who outright admitted they were the murderers, which of course makes you feel like probably they're not, and maybe they're trying to cover up for something else. You don't know. So the plot actually got significantly better last night, but people just don't show up for this game. All right, they don't. And there's not much I can do about it. If people aren't interested in it as a viewership, then I don't know why I'm playing it publicly. You know, like perhaps this would be a game that years down the road, if I get some free time, I would play it for myself and finish it and give you my opinions on it after having played it behind the scenes. But I really don't know why I'm streaming it. You know, if people aren't here for it. And actually, every time that I play it, people say it's boring. Stop playing it. Man, I'm falling asleep. I wish you would play anything else but this game. And that's been consistent. Not even just, oh, recently. No, that's been consistent like that. Okay. So there's not much I can really say. And last night, what ended up happening was at the very beginning of the stream, I got 2 contributions, 1 tip and 1 super chat. So I made 40 bucks. Okay. Then I proceeded to play the game, and the entire audience disconnected, wasn't paying attention, wasn't interested. And that was literally it. I played it for 2 hours. We had all these story developments. No one actually cared who was on the stream. They were all bored. And then at the very end, I said to everyone, this is probably the final part. There's not much else I can do. I've done my best to make it entertaining. I've stuck with it for 7 streams. And I told you guys weeks ago, quite frankly, it wasn't really working as a playthrough. And I was only continuing because these people were showing up and saying, no, we really want it. Let's support it. What can I do? It's kind of like, you know what it feels like? It feels like what used to happen when I did private videos. People would go to my Patreon and pledge 50, 100, 200 bucks and request 2 to 4 hours of my time in private videos. And so I would have to take streams off. I'd say, oh, sorry, guys, I can't stream tonight. I'm filming tons of private videos tonight for 4 people. And people would be like, what? Why are you doing that? I thought that you're a public streamer. Well, you're right. You know, it is true that there's people out there who like me enough who would pay me for my time. And essentially, I'm curating a special video just for them. But in reality, I'm a public content creator, right? I'm trying to entertain a public audience. That's where my success lies. Not to say that I don't appreciate those who have supported me privately with contributions, with private videos, with donations, but that's definitely not where my bread and butter comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like my main support comes from streaming publicly like this and getting support during a live stream. So I have to focus on what works the best. And basically doing a stream a week of 2.5 hours of gameplay, that's literally for a small handful of people. And now I'm beholden to them to actually show up and support that stream. It just doesn't really work. Okay. So that's all I can really say. And I apologize. And like I said last night at the end of the stream, I said, unless someone can find a way to convince me otherwise, you know, I can't see myself continuing on with this playthrough. And it sucks. I mean, literally 15 to 17 hours into a game that's around 30 hours long. So we actually got more than halfway into it, but then the well dried up, as they say. So now people have been screaming at me for weeks to do something different anyway. So now we'll have more time, whether that be a stream of Call of Duty, which we haven't done in 2 weeks, whether that be a fighting game stream, whether that be an extra Minecraft stream, right? Or whatever it may be. We'll now have more time for other stuff because that stream will be freed up. Okay. So there you go. Now, again, I'm not saying this is the end all be all, but it's really hard for me to try to make a decision to continue that game when it seems like no one cares about it anymore, right? Like, it's not much I can do. I'm sure I'll probably get some comments on the video that'll be like, oh, I'm sad because I was following the playthrough. But you have to understand that I have to do stuff that a public audience wants, not just 4 people. And that's probably what it ended up being. There's a small group of really hardcore fans of Disco Elysium who are following the playthrough and really wanted to see me keep continuing it. But I can't do a playthrough for 4 people. I have to do it for a public that want to watch and will engage and support it, not just for me. Okay? So, there you have it, all right? Now, if things change, I'll let you know. I don't know how they could possibly change, but yeah, there's not much else I could do about that. I guess that's it for Disco Elysium. But at least I gave it a shot. I respect the game. I see what they were trying to do with it. I get it. It's uniquely narrative based. So it's not that it's a bad game in any way, shape, or form. It's just not a good streaming game for my audience. Okay? Okay. Cool. Glad I got that out of the way. All right. What I'd like to do is talk a little bit about where exactly we are with goals and everything. Leading into my next topic, we have to determine what the 50 goal reward will be today. So, first off, my first contribution of the day just arrived. It is a $2 tip. You sometimes tell people to kiss your ass or eat out of your ass. Is that a legitimate offer? No. It's meant to be an inflammatory statement to piss people off and basically say, screw you, man, because someone did something bad to me. It's not an actual serious literal offer. I thought you would have figured that out. But thank you for the $2 tip. That's our first contribution of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all applaud. Let's applaud that message. Very nice. Okay. Okay. So here's the deal. We are currently at 36 out of 40 goals hit. I honestly was hoping we would have been at 37, but hey, Disco Elysium finally fell off. What can you do? It is what it is. All right. So we're 4 goals away from DSP Tries It Salty Blue, a unique restaurant in this neighborhood that does all kinds of interesting stuff, including unique battered and fried fish, chicken schnitzel, shrimp burgers, and unique sides. It looks like a really good experience because it's something so different. I've never had any of this kind of stuff before. So I'm excited to try it. Okay? That I would like to do by the end of this streaming week, but keep in mind, this is a short streaming week. I'm only here today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. That's it. I'm not here Thursday or Friday this week. I return on Saturday for a very extended streaming week next week. Next week is going to be 7 freaking days of streaming. Okay? So, if we are to hit our goals by the end of the week, that means we have to be consistent. That means today we have to be hitting a goal for Expedition 33 and Minecraft. Tomorrow we have to hit a goal for Oblivion and for Blueprints. Blueprints, so that we can do this hopefully on Wednesday. Okay? Now, of course, there's always a chance we could get an incredibly generous day where some people come by and we hit multiple goals a stream. And if that's the case, maybe we'll do it even sooner, but we could do it Tuesday, right? But it's not likely. Usually my goal is to hit the $150 of support each stream I do. And if we do hit those, then it means that we'll be doing it on Wednesday. Okay? So, let's get some momentum started. Notably, yesterday being my first day back after having my day off on Saturday, the entire day, there was only one contributor on Kick, and his name was Squirt Rocks, and he gifted a sub, and I appreciate that, Squirt Rocks. I have definitely noticed that on Kick over the last couple of weeks, support has dwindled a lot, okay? And there's not much I can do about that. I am trying to build a consistent viewer base on Kick, and it is growing. If you actually look at my overall viewers on Kick, they've increased. I used to only get between 40 to 50 viewers a stream, and now I actually have been doing better than that. On average, over on Kick, I'm getting something like, I think it's between 50 to 70, 80 viewers a stream. Hell, right now, I just refreshed it. I got 67 viewers. That's more than I used to get. All right, so I'm appreciative of that. Anyone who's watching me on Kick, thanks. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for checking the stuff out. I really appreciate you. And I'm hoping that over time, if I stick to my guns and I just keep consistently streaming on Kick, that I will grow that audience. All right, but yeah, it is concerning. We were doing pretty good on Kick for a long time. And then, as you know, we had the fallout with Kino Casino, which is long done with now. And now it seems like it's very sporadic. Sometimes we'll have some people come to Kick and support, and it's a ton. And then sometimes there's nothing at all. It's kind of up and down and all around. Consistency is very good on YouTube. Every day on YouTube, we get super chats, we get memberships, we get tips. It's the Kick stuff right now that's kind of all over the place, right? So, if you're watching on Kick, please consider supporting the streams with a sub or a gifted sub. All right, today particularly, I really want to hit these goals. And so I'll probably just make it publicly available right off the bat, the offer, where if you gift 20 subs over on Kick, you will get both the VIP and the OG badges, and you can gift those to someone else as well if you would like. because I really want to hit these goals and get the DSP tries it this week, because next week I want to do this marathon. All right. I want to get it like that first week of May would be perfect timing because it would be a month after my birthday marathon. I want to kind of stay on pace with these. Okay. So let me go ahead and post up that message in Kick Chat. Is that centered? Hold on. It looks like it's off center because it is off center. There we go. Okay. And I will shout this out in a second. Thank you, old ugly bastard. Let me get this posted. So VIP badge for 10 gifted subs. Both VIP and OG badges for 20 gifted. Let's go. Here we go. So it's the double offer. For 10 gifted subs today on Kick, you get the VIP badge and you can keep it for yourself or gift it to someone else. If you do 20 gifted subs today, you'll get both the VIP and the OG badges. And again, you can keep them for yourself. You can gift them to others. It's your call. Okay. I'm trying to get incentive for people to contribute on Kick. It's tough. It's tough. But hopefully we'll get some today. All right. I really need to hit these goals so we can get these rewards out. All right. So thanks for understanding there. So more shout outs to do here. So old ugly bastard just did our first super chat of the day, $5, and says, your rationale for putting Disco Elysium down, I like how he terms it, putting it down like a dog, geez, is totally valid and logical, but mentally ill, outraged merchants will still cry about it. Of course, they'll say it's a wage quit, to which I'll respond, well, yeah, I said originally that it wasn't doing well at all. And this was a rare exception where I was going to keep playing it because there was a small group of people who wanted it and were supporting it. Like, again, it's like any other business. If something isn't working for your business, which is your livelihood, your way to make a living, do you keep doing the thing that doesn't work? Or do you try to find things to do? Why would you repeat the bad action that no one likes? Right? No one would understand that. People would call you an idiot. What do they say? What's the definition of madness? Keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want me to do? Just keep streaming it anyway and having everyone complain that the game is boring, don't play it, and have no one support? Like, why would I do that? But I'll be the villain here because these idiots aren't logical. They'll say that, oh, it's bad he wage quit. What is your point? No, really, when they say that term, let's actually analyze this now for a second, okay? My job is to entertain an audience with public content to the extent where people will enjoy it and reciprocate with financial support so I can make a living and continue to finance all of this so we can keep making more content. So if I wage quit something, what's wrong with that? Can anyone actually explain? Am I supposed to just endlessly do things no one wants and then make no reciprocating income because of it and go out of business? Is that the right thing to do? Or is that the insanely stupid, brainless thing to do that an idiot would do? Right? And I'm not saying that there wouldn't always be a situation where maybe I would do something that isn't doing well. For example, I really stuck it out with Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, and that was the game that frequently wasn't hitting goals, right? So there definitely are times when I make the exception, but you have to understand that it has to be the exception. It can't be the rule. If the rule is just play whatever and just hope for the best, I'll be out of business. I have to be doing things to entertain you guys, okay? And that's getting increasingly more tricky. Why? I'll tell you why. Because games aren't as good anymore. When you got big blockbuster companies like Ubisoft releasing Assassin's Creed Shadows or BioWare releasing Dragon Age Veilguard, right? These incredibly boring installments of giant franchises that used to get everyone excited and put butts in seats for a playthrough. Now they're just so bad, right? So what are you supposed to do? This year, I'm definitely doing different stuff. I'm taking a different approach. I'm listening to your feedback constantly. I'm pivoting from game to game, project to project to find the things that are working and the things that aren't. Okay? We're doing indie games. We're doing different things. Maybe now, because we're not doing Disco Elysium anymore, we could try other indie games. We could bring back indie game night and you guys could suggest indie games to try and go from there, right? It's this simple. If I can sit here for 2.5 hours and talk with you guys, just doing open discussion and Q&A on a chill night stream, and I can hit a support goal doing that, but then I play a particular game and I can't make more than $40, I think we know where the problem lies. It's not me. It's what I'm doing with the time that I'm on stream. Certain games just don't work. You guys find them boring. You'd rather sit here and just talk to me for 2 hours than see me play a boring game, right? Now, boring is subjective. I don't particularly think that Disco Elysium is boring, but I'm trying to do the right thing and jump from project to project until we find the stuff that sticks and works, right? Right now, definitely Oblivion Remastered is working. You guys have enjoyed the Minecraft stuff I'm doing, right? We're going to jump around a little bit. We got new stuff coming up soon. We've got Metal Eden coming out. Then we've got Doom. Then we've got other things at the end of May. There's a new fighting game collection coming out. We've got, of course, Elden Ring Night Rain coming out. We've got a variety of stuff happening, right? And so it's not always going to work, but it will work from time to time when you find the right game. And if it doesn't, then you jump to something else. So go ahead and call it a wage quit. That's what a smart person does. When someone is working hard, but what they're working hard to do isn't actually satisfying their customer base, they then pivot and adjust and find success, right? If you're running a restaurant and you absolutely are determined on putting out fried chicken, but everyone in the neighborhood says, we don't want fried chicken, we want Italian food, do you keep making fried chicken and not have any sales? Or do you say, I need to change the methodology of my restaurant because this is what people in this area want, and then you make the Italian food so you can make money and keep being successful? Or do you just get stubborn, keep making fried chicken no one wants, and then close your business because you made no money? Right? So there you have it. Okay. So it is what it is. All right. Sorry about Disco Elysium. Let's continue. We actually have In Dead with a £5 super chat. Take my money, Phil. I hope that you're enjoying Expedition 33. I'm a bit ahead of you, so I will stay until you reach that part. Game of the year so far. I'm only 5 hours in. So I would assume, like I said, most people playing this game have to be ahead of me at this point. You know, it's been a whole weekend. I haven't played since Friday. I'm absolutely sure that most people have passed me. So I'm happy you're here. Thanks for coming by. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. And I hope, like I said, I hope that more people actually come by and stick around and enjoy the stream today, because people were complaining last week that it was spoilers. Yeah, but now I haven't played it all weekend. So now it's going to be pretty hard to say, oh, spoilers, when most people are way past where I am, right? Okay. I received a $2 tip. It's a troll, so I ignore them. Very nice. I received a $10 tip. I think I'm doing a good job of not taking the bait anymore. And I hope that you guys agree. If you don't, let me know. Whenever I see this stuff now, I see these troll support, I just ignore it. Moving on. I don't even want to bother, because I think what happens is people say these things to try to get me angry so that I'll respond. And now they have their soundbite for the day, that then they could go off to the detractor streams and the content and they could talk about, oh, did you hear what Phil said when he responded to this? So I'm just trying my best to not let any of it get to me and just ignore it and say, troll tip, moving on, and just keeps things moving. So I hope that I've been doing better. I've really focused on trying to do this recently. I would love to hear your feedback on that. Okay. All right. I received a $10 anonymous tip. There is no message with that $10 tip. So let me go ahead. You get that on the leaderboard. Thank you so much. Cade with a $5 super chat says, I sincerely appreciate your ignoring trolls and negativity. When you don't, I usually leave, so keep it up. Yeah, and here's the thing, all right? First of all, when everyone says lol cow, what does that mean? Oh, it's someone who we prod and we harass on the internet to get an outcome, and then they give you that outcome, and then we can all laugh at it, right? So by ignoring their nonsense, I don't give them the outcome they want, and then they have nothing to talk about. All right. I give them a boring day. Oh, there's no DSP news today. He didn't freak out today on stream. Right. And in addition, the thing is, when I respond to their stuff logically, which I try to, it doesn't matter. These aren't logical people. Right. These are illogical dunces who the reason they say and do this stuff is to get the rise and to laugh and to just be stupid internet bullies. They don't care about reality. They don't care about honest answers or the truth of how things are. They just want that toxic drama. That's what they're fishing for, right? They're literally casting out the line. Hope he bites today. Hope he bites today. So there's no point in bothering with the crap, you know? So thank you, Cade. And yeah, I just don't want to bother with their crap anymore. I don't see the point. It's just a waste of everybody's time. The truth is, my real fans wouldn't even say this kind of stuff, wouldn't ask. They get what I'm saying, right? My real fans would be like, yeah, we were on the Disco Elysium streams. They were boring. We don't want that game anymore. We get why you're quitting it. They wouldn't be sitting there screaming, wage quit, because they're like, yeah, well, we want you to quit. That was the point. We actually wanted you to quit because we didn't like it, you know? Okay. All right. So good stuff there. Thank you for the early support. Please let's keep it rolling. Thank you for the tips. Thanks for the super chat. We could do for some memberships. And also we could do for some subs today. Like I said, so far this week, only one sub on Kick from all of yesterday. It would be great to get some more momentum in that regard. So if you're on Kick and you like the content, please support it today. Old Ugly Bastard just did a $10 super chat. He says, literally every streamer drops games that don't make the money or it's boring to their audience. At least you're trying to play these games. Most streamers will just play stream bait flavor of the month crap. I'm well aware of this. And that's the thing. It's funny because I believe the saying is what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? If it's good for everyone else, then it should be good for me too. But it seems like because people want to turn me into this lol cow crap on the internet, right? That's why they act like that. Well, we know that if we treat Phil unfairly and we bring up wage quit in regards to a game he quits, he'll get angry and he'll bring it up and he'll freak out about it on a podcast. And now we have our news clip, our blip for the day that we can now cover and make clickbait content and get our mentally challenged audience to watch and toss money at. So I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm just not going to care about this kind of stuff, trying to bait me with a tip, trying to get me to say something, inflammatory. No, no, we're just gonna chill together and have a good time, and you can pick at your own ass all day, wondering when you're gonna have another piece of content because you're not gonna get one. Big Baba Phil with a gifted membership this morning. Thank you. No, Big Baba Phil, dude, he just said Phil is not a lol cow, but misery merchants try to make him one. No, I am a lol cow in the respect, okay, that if the definition of a lol cow is someone on the internet who gets harassed because people want to get a certain outcome out of them, that's definitely me. 1,000,000%. Just the difference here is that I'm an unwilling lol cow who doesn't want to participate in the drama sphere that these people try to pull me into. I just want to be left alone. And I just want to make positive content. And I don't want to harm others. And I don't want to cash in on the drama that people throw at me, nor do I want to be a shill. I don't want to be any of these things that people have done to be successful. I want to be my own man and march to the beat of my own drum and do it my way. And people don't like that at all. They want to keep pulling me back into the ways that other people have gone. And I just don't, I refuse to do it. I think that's why I'm so polarizing, why after 17 years, so many people on a daily basis keep talking about me. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep trying to spin Phil in this negative light. We're going to keep trying to get him to take the bait and say this and do that because, that's our life's blood. But I just don't want to do it. Okay. Okay. All right, so thanks for the early support. Please let's keep that momentum going. All right. Let's hit that goal today. Like I said, 4 more goals to go until the next DSP tries it, which is a very unique restaurant. Now let's talk about the next goal after that when we hit 50 goals achieved. All right. The 50 goal is the milestone where we do a special event. It's not DSP tries it. Okay. We're going to do a marathon. And the 2 ideas that we've talked about now for like 2 weeks. Right now, we're going to determine what the next marathon is going to be. This very moment. All right. So here's the 2 ideas. I think they're both very valid. I like both. I would like to do either. Idea number 1 is the return of viewer's choice. What viewer's choice entails is that I will make a community post on the main page of DSP Gaming on YouTube. Excuse me, I felt the burp coming. You guys will post up games which you would like me to play during this event. Now, for transparency's sake, this is not an event where I'm going to sit here playing a game for hours and hours on end. The idea is for me to kind of get a tasting of a variety of games that I've never played before, okay, to see if any of these games are entertaining enough that they stick, and now we want to do a full playthrough of. For example, we have done viewers' choice marathons in the past that have absolutely resulted in great events, full playthroughs, things that really worked out well, whether that was a throwback playthrough to an old Bethesda game from yesteryear, me trying out something completely new and different I never knew about, like the Persona series or Super Mario Sunshine or other things like that. Okay, most recently, the one that we just did a few months ago, I tried a variety of games, and the one that really worked and stuck was Onimusha HD. We played it, and it was super duper good, in my opinion. I ended up doing a full playthrough of the game after the fact. Okay? So it worked out really well. Every time that we do this stuff, we seem to find something that works, and we end up continuing as a great playthrough. I liked Onimusha so much, we're going to play Onimusha 2 HD next month, and we're going to play the new Onimusha game next year. So there you go. That's like the perfect example right there. Okay? But the catch, the very catch of the viewer's choice event is that we need time for people to nominate games in this thread. Then I need to tally up the most nominated games, make a poll, and then people need time to vote on the poll to determine what the games will be during the marathon. Typically, it's around 4 games that I play for like an hour each during this marathon. Okay? So we need time to do it. So if we don't set this up like right now, there won't be enough time to actually set this up and have people do it. So, today is the day we have to make this determination. Okay. So if we go with viewer's choice, I'll set up a thread on the community tab, posts. It's actually not the community tab anymore. They call it the posts tab of DSP Gaming. And you guys will post up your nominations for games. And then after about maybe a week of posting that up, I'll tally up the highest nominated. So let's say one game got nominated 10 times, one game got nominated 12 times, one game got nominated 20 times. So whatever the most nominated games are, make a poll. You guys vote. That determines the final games for the marathon. Okay? So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is the Closet Festival. What is the Closet Festival? Well, I have a closet. Ow! I have a closet right next to me. In fact, you know what I can do? Because I now have the tools. I can show you the closet. Oh, I just realized my camera is flipped because I'm going to be playing Expedition 33. So the closet is actually this direction, but it looks like on camera I'm pointing the other direction. All right, just for the record. So here it is. This is the closet right here. And in this closet is a whole bunch of stuff, including decorations, equipment, vests, hats, things from over the years. All right. 3 years ago, I did a marathon where we did the closet clean out event. I went to this closet for the first time in like 8 years, and we cleaned it out from top to bottom. There were games, there were decorations, there were, pieces of equipment, there were documents, there was all kinds of crap, peripherals, consoles, things that we found in there. And after having cleaned it out, basically I was able to reorganize my office in a way that was really nice. And we had a place to now hang my vests and hats and all of that in an organized way. And that actually worked for a while. But then I changed it up. And last year, I stopped wearing the vests and hats as tiered reward goals. It used to be, oh, I raised $50 on a stream, I put on glasses. I raised $100, you vote on a hat for me to wear, stuff like that. Okay. Well, I don't do that anymore. All right. We stopped doing that. It didn't really work anymore. It got boring. It got tired because I was doing it too often. All right. So right now, I have a whole bunch of vests hanging that are not used. I have a whole ridiculous amount of hats there that are not used. I've got props from over the years, from Super Bowl events. I've got a million boxes from all of the equipment that I bought when I upgraded my office over the fall into the winter. Okay. This closet is another huge mess again, a giant mess, and it needs to be cleaned out. But I don't have time because I stream too much, right? Now, on the other side of that, I have all these vests and hats. For example, remember this guy? I'm blocked by my own camera. Remember this guy? What about when I was playing One Piece a couple years ago? Or how about over the years when I played games that were set in space? So as you can see, I have a series of really silly hats, right? I also have a whole bunch of vests and things, but we don't use them anymore, right? So the idea is over the course of a marathon, all right, we do another closet clean out. I start to systematically pull all the crap out of this closet. We look at it together and we figure out, is this something I need to keep? Is this something I need to toss? Would this be cool for something for my background decorations? Because here's the thing, things have changed, right? Even just between now and 3 years ago, my whole setup looks different. My decor every month is different behind me. So maybe we could find something and be like, that'd be good for the background. Or maybe we're like, we'll never use that piece of crap ever again. So we can make these determinations, okay? Once we figure that out, I'll just get like a big giant contractor garbage bag and start filling it with crap. I know for a fact there's a bunch of boxes and shit I don't need from all the equipment I bought, but I just toss the boxes in the closet. So the course of the day would be going in there, finding stuff. Is it good? Is it not? Toss it, keep it. We determine it together. We figure out together what to keep, what to get rid of, right? As we're doing that, of course, it's a hangout session. We have fun discussions. We have chill times. It's just a good day of enjoying each other's company. Now, for every milestone of support that I get that day, I put on something of your choice. So, for example, let's say we hit $50 of support. I would do a poll saying, what hat would you like me to wear? The Bender hat, the Luffy straw hat, or the red fedora? And you'll vote, and whatever wins the poll, I put that hat on, and I keep it on for a while during the marathon. Then when we hit $100 of support, I do another poll. What vest would you like me to wear? The Pokemon vest, the red vest, or the gold vest? You vote. Whatever wins the vote, I put that on. Okay? Now, as we hit further milestones of support, like let's say we hit $150, another poll goes for a hat. So now you vote for the next hat. And each time that I wear a hat during that marathon, it's a send-off. Because basically, this is the end of me having these props on streams. I'm not going to wear them anymore. So I put them in the storage. What I'll have is I'll have a storage bin here set up and ready to go. And every time that I wear one, okay, when we hit the next milestone, all right, goodbye, Bender, retiring this hat. Thanks for all your service. Goodbye. And you put it away. Now, the goal is that by the end of that marathon, we've had a chance to wear every vest and every hat one final time to give them a send-off. Now, this is not the end of them forever. It's just putting them into storage. Because now what I can do, since I'm going to clean out this closet, I'll be able to sort everything properly, have everything neat. I'll be able to keep those things in there in a storage bin. So now, if in the future, okay, we do a marathon, we could do a festival. Bill is doing a one-time only marathon festival where, again, if we hit milestones of support, I'll wear a vest or a hat or whatever. We could bring it back. All right. That's my idea. I think this would work well because number one, we get to clean out the closet. It'll be completely organized and useful again. Because right now it's not. It's completely jammed with crap after 3 years. It's a huge mess. Number two, we'll have a long time to chill. It won't be about me playing games all day. It'll be about me having fun hanging out with you guys. And number three, we'll all get to see me in the silly hats and vests and things for the first time ever in full HD. The last time that I did this, I didn't have this quality. Now you'll be able to see it in full color, full HD, represented well, and kind of giving it a send off. All right. So there you go. So either idea, in my opinion, is great. I think either idea works well and serves a purpose. Okay. In one case, we get probably a game or multiple games for future playthroughs that'll work. In the other case, we clean out the closet and we give a cool send off to the past. Wow, that looks weird having Bender crushed inside the straw hat. That's pretty disturbing. And we'll have it set up so in the future we could do like a silly festival or whatever, right? So either one's good. So what we'll do right now is we'll do a poll. But before I set up, I'll set up the poll first. And then I got shout outs to do. Okay. And then we'll see what you guys want based on your voting today. Okay. And then based on that, we can determine how to proceed, advertising this event coming up and try to hype it up. Now, here's the funny part. Classy Jeff says, do you really think people will pay to watch you go through your trash? People said exactly the same thing in 2022. To the word. People said, no one cares about you cleaning out your closet. This is not going to work. It ended up being the most popular thing I did all summer. It went so well. It was so well supported, well attended, and people liked it so much. People asked me to clean out other closets in my house. They said, don't you have another closet you could do? And I was like, yeah, I do, but I think it's kind of stupid. I don't want to just sit around doing closet cleanouts all day, but it worked really well. Okay, so there you go. All right, let's set up the polls. I'll do one poll on Kick, one poll on YouTube, and then I got a bunch of shout outs to do, and then we'll go from there. Okay? Okay, so go. All right, I just posted it up on YouTube. And I just posted it up on Kick. So please vote. Let's see what you guys want. We'll go from there. All right? All right. Shout outs. Old Ugly Bastard gifted a membership on YouTube. Thank you so much, Old Ugly Bastard. And Gabe Itch just gifted a membership on YouTube. So 2 gifted memberships there. Thank you, guys. That's $6 of support, so we're up to 46. Okay. See here. Someone tipped $1. It's Big Larry Gaming. If you go viewer's choice, did you ever play Terraria before? If so, did you enjoy it? If you didn't play it, I know exactly what I'm putting on the list. I played it apparently so long ago all right, during a marathon, probably very early on when I was doing stuff here in Washington, I believe. I don't remember ever playing it, but I own it on Steam and it says I've played it. And I'm thinking, when did I play it? And then I looked, apparently there is a video of me playing Terraria, but I don't remember it at all. At all. So yeah, I did play it, but it's so old. Playing it again really wouldn't be a big deal. Okay. Okay. Continuing on. I got a $2 tip. People be sure to nominate Mount and Blade Warband or Mount and Blade Bannerlord. I want Phil to play those games. I don't know what those games are. I've heard Mount and Blade before. I've heard of it, but I've never played them. I know nothing of them. So I'm really not sure how those would work for viewers' choice or, if they're even good games to be streamed. I don't even know what kind of games they are. Jasper, what are you doing in there? All right, as long as that's silly. Yeah, he's serious. You're in a silly closet now. He went right in there. Okay. Let's see. I got a $2 tip. Keep some of the hats. They help give your streams an identity and stand out. The classic cowboy hat needs to stay bare minimum. First of all, I just said I'm not getting rid of them. I'm not throwing out the hats, okay? Right now, they're just sitting all piled, very unsorted on a shelf, a big heap. I know I'm not using them. What I want to do is put them into storage. Like put them into a storage bin with the vests, have that be in the closet. Then I would have the whole top shelf of my closet I can use for like regular stuff. Because right now I don't have a room in the closet because the vests and the hats are taking up a big chunk of the closet. And I'm not using them. At one point that was perfect because I needed them in there, but I don't need them anymore. So I want to just kind of store them properly. And of course, give them, like I said, give them a send off here, right? Okay. Someone sent me $1. I think playing a game 2 to 3 hours per week if you have a family or work life is reasonable to assume 5 hours a week is too much. I don't know. I would say most gamers play way more than me, to be honest. If you're like really into a game, even if you have a job and you have a family and work, probably you're still playing it more than 3 hours a week. I mean, if that were the case, how would you ever make progress in a lengthy game? You never would. In which case, you probably wouldn't buy it, right? Like if you're saying, "Oh, I'm not going to watch Phil play Clear Obscure today because I don't want to spoil," right? Well, did you buy it at release? If you did, you're probably ahead of me. The vast majority of people who bought this game are way ahead of me right now. I'm certainly not saying that every single person who bought the game, is ahead of me, but the vast majority are. Let's be honest here. Okay. Okay. All right. So, FYI, the initial numbers here, it's not over yet, but it's pretty much dead tied on Kick, around 26 to 27 votes each. On YouTube, there is a lead. 64% people have voted for the viewer's choice. 36 have voted for the Closet Festival. Okay. By the way, should be noted that when I do these marathons, this is when I drink. When I hit certain milestones, not only would I be putting on the hat and the vest and all that, but I also drink too. So I'll be taking some shots and having some drinks and having some food over the course of the day. All right. The kick poll has ended. All right. 55% or 31 votes for viewer's choice, 45% or 25 votes for the Closet Festival. All right. So slight edge to viewer's choice. On YouTube, it's actually even more skewed to that effect. 65% to 35. So you guys are saying you want viewer's choice for next. I'm okay with that. All right, totally okay with that. But I need you guys now to start nominating games because if you don't, it ain't gonna work. If I say, hey, start nominating games and we only get 10 games nominated, we can't do it. We need to have enough people buy in that you're gonna be nominating these games. All right. So shall we do it? Game Boy, how are you? Good to see you. All right. So I'll go right here, right to the post tab. Oh, I can't because I'm not logged in. Wait, can I log in? Hold on a second. Maybe I can log in. Okay. So I logged in. Here we go. So, attention everyone, this is the thread in which you can post up nominations for games to be played during the upcoming Viewers' Choice Marathon event. This event will take place once we have hit 50 support goals on DSP Gaming for my daily live streams. Criteria are as follows. 1. The game must be actively available for digital purchase on a current platform, i.e., Steam, Xbox app, uh, Xbox, well, not the Xbox Live Store because it would just be Xbox app on PC, PlayStation Store, Nintendo Store, etc., and must be able to be played on a current gaming platform. This means no emulation or mods, etc. Well, see, here's the slippery slope about mods, right? Like, what if someone said, we want you to do a modded version of Dark Souls 2? I would love to do that, actually. But what if someone says, oh, I want you to mod like a game, now it's some extensive mod that's a pain in the ass to set up, and I don't have the time to do that. I just don't. It would have to be something simple. So I'll say, this means no emulation, no games on outdated platforms like PlayStation 1, 2, etc. But mods would be acceptable if easy to implement on a PC version of a game. Okay, there you go. Number 2, please nominate games that can be fun to experience within 1 hour of playtime. This means no games with insanely lengthy intros because we won't get through them. Visual novels would make no sense. Right? Be sure to nominate a game that would be fun within 60 minutes of playtime. Okay. Please do not nominate games from the past that we have already tried and failed to capture an audience or I have already said I would not play. Notably, Code Vein, Catherine, uh, what the hell was the one from last year? I can't even remember the name of it. The one that I played at Christmas, I literally have forgotten the name of it because I don't care about it at all. Um, let's see. Oh, recently, so no Disco Elysium, obviously. We just quit that one. Um, Stellar Blade, etc. So please do not nominate games from the past that we have already. Oh, I didn't even read this one. So criteria is as follows. Number 1, the game must be actively available for digital purchase on a current platform like Steam, Xbox app, PlayStation Store, Nintendo Store, and must be able to be played on a current gaming platform. This means no emulation, No games on outdated platforms like PlayStation 1 or 2, but mods would be acceptable if they're easy to implement on the PC version of a game. Please nominate games that can be fun to experience within 1 hour of playtime. This means no games with insanely lengthy intros because we won't get through them. Visual novels aren't going to make any sense. Be sure to nominate a game that would be fun within 60 minutes of playtime. Please do not nominate games from the past that we have already tried and failed to capture an audience or that I've already said I would not play, notably Code Vein, Catherine, Disco Elysium, Stellar Blade, etc. Also, games which I have just played within the last 1 to 2 years would not make sense unless you're suggesting some kind of a special challenge run that would differ from my first playthrough. Okay. So I think that kind of covers it, right? I'm pretty sure has to be digitally able to be digitally purchased and played on a current platform. Things that are fun within an hour and things that aren't things we've already written off because we know they don't work. Okay. The most nominated games will then be placed into a poll, which you will vote on to determine the final lineup during the 50 goal marathon event. No, if a game is already nominated, just simply upvote that nomination. If you don't wish to duplicate that game in your post, you can duplicate if you wish. Because the thing is, I totally forgot that you can upvote posts on YouTube. You can, because it's just like upvoting comments. So if someone makes a post, uh, you know, I don't know. What's a game that I haven't played? Shit. I don't know. Let's just say it's a Need for Speed. Need for Speed 4, whatever, right? You could just upvote that instead of having to post. Oh, also Need for Speed 4. You could just upvote the Need for Speed post, and that'll consider another. That's a vote. You see? Okay. Most notably, the idea is to have fun during this event and discover new games for future playthroughs. So games that are heavily multiplayer focused may be fun just for the event, but likely wouldn't result in future play. So keep that in mind. Thanks and good luck to all. All right, so here is the post. And then what I can do is I can make a command so that people can actually see that popping up in chat. Here it is. So let's do a command. Let's see. We got timers. Viewer's choice. Here it is. Post up your nominations for games in the upcoming Viewers Choice Marathon event here. And good luck. Here we go. We'll have that go every 20 minutes. It'll post that in chat. Okay. Update. All right. And then I'm going to do the same thing on Kick. I'm going to do a timed command, timed message. Here we go. Every 20 minutes. Okay. So every 20 minutes, that link will pop up both on Kick and on YouTube. and you guys should be able to click on that link and have it work. I could try to do a manual command as well. We don't really have to, but let's see here. Uh, okay, I made a viewer's choice command on YouTube. That should be going live momentarily, FYI. I'm going to do it on Kick as well. Custom commands. Okay. Okay. So it's going to be exclamation point viewer's choice, no apostrophe, just viewer's choice, all is one word, both on Kick and in YouTube. And then the bot should pick that up, and you should see the command in chat, and it should have the link to the post where you can post up games. Okay. Let's see if it works. Let's give it a go here. I saved it on both. All right, there you go. Nightbot just did it. Kickbot is slow. Kickbot takes a few minutes for whatever reason. I don't know why, but Kickbot is always much slower than Nightbot. So you're gonna have to give it a few minutes on for Kickbot to activate, and then it should just auto post that in chat about every 20 minutes or so. Okay. Yeah, it's not working on Kick yet. It will in a little bit, I think. There it is. It finally worked. It was super delayed. It just worked right now. It says error loading. It does. So the link is broken. Okay, hold on. Well, let me figure out why the link would be broken. It worked there. All right, let me try to edit it. I don't know why it's not working. All right, I just tried it again. I just tried to do it. Did it work for anyone? No, I didn't paste the link wrong. I don't get it. Here. What the hell? Why is it a blank page? It loads a blank page. What the fuck? I know why. Okay, I know why. I know exactly why it's loading a blank page. Hold on, I could fix it. It's too many characters, which is incredibly stupid. It should tell me that it's too many characters, but it didn't. So now I have to edit this. Hold on. I'm editing them all right now. Okay. I just edited it. It should now work. It was a broken link because it wasn't the full link. It was cutting off a few characters at the end. So now it should work. Okay. I just saved the new one. Let's see if it works. Let's try this. Yep, it works now. Okay. The stupid link was missing a few letters because YouTube cut off the letters for no reason. Or not YouTube, Nightbot and Kickbot were both cutting off the letters. This should work now. Yep, it works on both. Okay, good. All right. So please post up your game nominations for viewers' choice. You guys voted. This is what you want. So I'm giving you what you guys want. All right. Your game nominations, get them up there. Like I said, you can either post up or you could just thumb up someone else's nomination if you would like. That'll count as a vote. You guys do that for about, I don't know, about a week. And then what'll happen is, see already, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We're not doing that, stupid. We quit playing that because it didn't work. There's nowhere to even start playing that. What a dumb suggestion. All the others look fine. Okay. Damn, there's already 35 nominations in climbing. You guys are going crazy. All right, go for it. Have at it. Have at you. Please nominate games. Do it all week. And then early next week or maybe next weekend, right, when we can hit this goal, let's do it. All right? Okay, I received a $20 tip from VOD44. Steam's May the 4th sale has started. Star Wars games, what's your thoughts on a game like Knights of the Old Republic 2? It could fill the spot of Disco, $2.50 on Steam right now. I love the content. I can't wait for Minecraft later. I don't know if it works properly. And the reason I say that, I know for a fact that Knights of the Old Republic 1 on PC doesn't work right. Because I played it years ago, and it ran like shit. And then I used a widescreen mod so that I could actually make it go widescreen. And then it endlessly crashed and never let me play it again. So then years later, I played it, but I just played it on console. I'm sure maybe there are mods for it, right? Maybe by now, Nexus mods or someone has a good mod for it. That would allow it to be played well on a modern machine. I would say it's possible. I don't see why not. Maybe that could be one you nominate for viewer's choice, right? That's the whole idea of viewer's choice, is to nominate a bunch of stuff that's off the wall that I haven't done, or maybe you've wanted for years I never got around to, and it gives me an opportunity to maybe play it for like an hour, see if it works, and then continue if we like it. Okay. Yes, Dab Hands, we got RoboCop Unfinished Business on my calendar for this summer. It looks good. And I'll be playing it on PC this time. I wonder how it'll run. Scorpion, how are you? All right, so guys, that's it. We got all the stuff done that I wanted to cover today. All right, we talked about Disco Elysium and why I basically have to move on from it at this point, unless some miracle happens. We talked about the marathon idea. You guys voted for viewer's choice. So now we have the thread up for you guys to nominate games for viewer's choice. Please start nominating games for viewer's choice. All right. And get that going. But in the meantime, we got to hit 50 goals. So right now we're at 36. Let's get to 37 right now. We're already about halfway to that. Let's get our first sub on Kick today. We have 0 subs on Kick. Let's get someone to gift 1 stinking sub on Kick, so at least we could say we got some support from Kick today. 1 sub is all I ask from the Kick viewership right now. Let's get the Kick viewership going. 1 sub. Thanks to those who gifted memberships, super chats, and tips so far today. Appreciate you all. All right. So we have a little bit of extra time. What would you guys like to discuss before we start with Expedition 33? What's on your minds today? The Villain, I did do a full playthrough of Sly 4 when it came out as a new release. Yes, I did. It's on DSPGaming. If you ever want to find a playthrough that I've done, go to the playlists tab of the DSPGaming channel on YouTube. There's a little magnifying glass. Click on it. Just type in the name of the game. We'll bring up the playlist that I played it in because everything I do is in playlists. Yeah. Would I consider ever playing GTA 4 again? Yes. Was GTA 4 ever put out on PC? Can you get a mod for it to make it look good? I would love to do that. Like a modern GTA 4 on PC with like crazy good graphics, fucking ray tracing. That would be amazing. I doubt they've ever done it though. Would I play Fears to Fathom? I don't know anything about Fears to Fathom. Scorpion, you are watching some very old school gameplay of me if you're watching Fallout 3 and Fable 2. If you're watching Fallout 3, I recommend you watch it on my DSP Throwback channel. Last year, we remastered that playthrough, putting it into true widescreen aspect ratio, proper actual, not skewed at an angle, but full screen, better audio, better visuals, fixed so that the music doesn't get blocked with copyright. Watch it over there. That was a much better version than the original version, which was very distorted and messed up over the years. Wouldn't I agree it's unrealistic to expect to hit the goal every game? No, I should be hitting the goal every stream without fail, without falter, no matter what I do. I should be entertaining my audience enough that they want to support it. Period. I shouldn't be having days where no one likes what I'm doing and we're all wasting our time together. It should all be constant entertainment, success, support. Everything goes hand in hand. Period. Ha! Yes, I will play Fallout 3 again if they remaster it. I would love if they did. Yeah, GTA 4 is on Steam. Cool. I played Fears to Fathom. I did? I don't remember playing Fears to Fathom. Let's look. Oh, it's just that? Oh, it's the indie horror game. Yeah, I know what that is. Okay. I didn't realize that's what it was. I thought it was something different because each one is a little different. We played the one in the house and we played the one in the motel. Those are the two we play. There's a bunch. There's like 4 or 5 of them, right? Yeah, those were fun. I just didn't realize that's what it was. What's up, Toasty Chestnuts? How are you, Rebecca? How's everyone doing? What happened to Split Fiction? What do you mean what happened to it? I don't know what happened to it. Still available for sale, right? People are still liking it. I don't know what you're talking about. What happened to it? You tell me. Hello. Hello, Hyper Kitty. What are you doing, Jasper boy? Hmm? Oh, did you hear that? You said meow. You're meowing? That's what you're doing? You're Hyper Boy today, running all around the house. The Kick Chat is acknowledged. I always acknowledge Kick Chat. As long as you guys are tagging me and talking to me about pertinent stuff, I always acknowledge the Kick Chat. So a lot of the times you guys don't. A lot of the guys, you guys are going off on your own conversations and tangents, and I just let it roll over there. Yes, I remember they used to do game demos on Xbox 360. I would do entire days called demo days where I would play like 10 demos, each for like a half an hour, and it was really fun. Did I enjoy Stray? I loved Stray. I hope that they make another game like Stray because it did really well in my opinion. For what it was, the story was outstanding, the gameplay was fun. It was a great game. Would I ever try F1 games? You mean F1 like racing? I'm not a big sim racing guy. Like games like Gran Turismo, the actual official Forza titles, not Forza Horizon, but the mainstream ones. I just don't really care for those because I'm not a car guy. I don't really care about car simulation. So I don't know if I would really enjoy an F1 game or not. We already played Little Kitty Big City. I already did a playthrough of it. You guys, how do you guys not know? Come on. All you got to do is, like I said, search the playlist tab. You'll see most of the games you guys mentioned, I've actually played. Jasper's over there cleaning. What is all that noise? American Truck Simulator? I don't know. Is that some kind of a joke meme game or something? Would I consider doing a playthrough of the very first game I ever played on YouTube? The very first games I ever played on YouTube were arcade games when I went to Midwest Championships 2007. That was the first videos I uploaded to YouTube was vlogs from that trip. Then the first actual gameplay that I did as like doing gameplay content, like playing games at home, the first video ever was Star Wars, The Force Unleashed, Star Destroyer gameplay sucks. I remember. It was me making fun of the Star Destroyer gameplay in Star Wars The Force Unleashed and how bad it was. But I never did any actual gameplay of the game outside of that. I never played the game. Never did a playthrough. Oh, no, Truck Driving Simulator is real. It's an actual sim game, I'm being told. Huh. What about Spider-Man Web of Shadows? That's an old one. I played it, when it was new, and I played it again years later. I'm still waiting for someone on Kick to actually, get the sub. They're all using their channel points to do highlighted messages, but no one has even done a single sub. It's kind of ridiculous. I did play Rocket League. I liked Rocket League a lot, actually. Really enjoyed the game. Phone Killer says, I wish they would make another Sly Cooper or Jack and Daxter game. They did. It was called Salt of Midnight. I'm not kidding. Like, Salt of Midnight plays like those games. It's a really, like, homage, throwback style platformer action game like back in the day. Um, just that everyone says it's woke, so no one will play it, apparently. What is Satisfactory? I've never heard of that. Satisfactory? I received a $3 tip. Someone says, before you start, you've missed an optional boss at the flag that's before the one you're at, the one at the entrance to the city. Turn away from the city, run straight, and go left at the fork. Really? I thought I did fight an optional boss over there. I'm pretty sure I did. If you're talking about the one that has the trumpet, the horn, I fought him. He was tough. I beat him because you had to basically dodge every hit because he would hit you and insta kill you. So I fought him. I already fought. There was an optional mime that I fought, and there was the guy with the trumpet I fought. I fought those two optional bosses. So unless you mean there's another optional boss, I've done those too. I received a $5 tip. Consider Steel Seed for a playthrough. It came out this last week. I'm having a blast with it. What kind of a game is Steel Seed? Let's take a look. See if I can find it. Steel Seed. Tozy Chestnut, stop spamming about Joe Hendry. If you like Joe Hendry so much, why don't you ask him out? Why do you keep spamming my chat about it? Steel Seed came out in 2024. Let's see. Stealth action adventure set in a dark sci-fi world on the brink of extinction. Zoe and her drone Kobe explore a hostile underground facility. It came out April 22nd, so it actually did just come out. I wonder why it said release date was 2024 at first. It's not. And there's a demo. Maybe one for viewer's choice. Steel Seed, guys. Definitely, if you're interested, nominate that one for viewer's choice. Steel Seed. There's already 63 nominations. Holy crap. You guys are crazy. 63 nominations in climbing. Cool. Some interesting nominations here, actually. Some of these look pretty good to me. So we'll have to see. Okay. Satisfactory. What is satisfactory? Satisfactory. Here it is. Came out in September. What kind of game is this? Why can't I fast forward the trailer? Looks like just a first-person exploration mining style game. That's exactly what it is. You explore, you mine minerals, you build a factory. It's in early access. It hasn't actually officially released. It's in early access. Apparently, they're comparing it to other games like Deep Rock Galactic because there's actually a bundle that includes that game too. First-person open-world factory building game with a dash of exploration and combat. Play alone or with friends. That feels to me like it's similar to Minecraft or something like that, where it would be a nice chill stream ongoing, but it probably wouldn't be anything that we would do a super long playthrough of unless people really, it worked, it clicked, you know? It's a factory sim, yeah. Oh, I guess it did have a full release, apparently, for what I'm seeing. It did have a full release. Wow, we got it. Shout out to CJor82. CJor82 has gifted our first sub today on Kick. Amazing. Finally. We got one supporter on Kick. Thank you, CJor82. Let's get that on the leaderboard here. We're up to 85 bucks of support. Thank you. Finally. It's like pulling teeth over there, trying to get a sub. Holy moly. What's my favorite day of the week? Razzle Day. Red Faction Guerrilla. That was a fun game for its destruction. The first time I played Red Faction Guerrilla way back in the day, it was very fun because of the destruction aspect, and I had never played a game like that before. But it also was very rough around the edges and had bad controls. When I played the remaster, remember the modern remaster many years ago, it didn't really work as well. I thought it was not as good of a game. It didn't age well. Do I have GOG? I think I do. I'm pretty sure I bought Fallout on there so that we could do Fallout London. Because it was the only way to get Fallout London to work was to buy it on GOG. What's up, X Shooter? How's it going, man? Ivana thinks I should do heavily modded playthroughs of Bethesda and FromSoft games. Again, any games you guys are recommending me right now, nominate for viewer's choice. What you're doing right now, you should absolutely be nominating these games for viewer's choice and trying to get other people to back up your nominations, because that's how you're going to get a game to be checked out by me right now in my schedule. You know, right now, between Oblivion Remaster, Expedition 33, continuing on with Blueprints, the ongoing Minecraft chill streams, every once in a while doing a little bit of Call of Duty. Next week, we got Metal Eden, right? I don't have time to be playing other new games right now, you see? But if we try them during the Viewer's Choice Marathon and they click and resonate for the hour I play them, then that's a better choice to get there, or a better chance to get them into the rotation, see? Did I ever drive a truck in real life? Don't think so. I've driven like a giant ass SUV. One time I went to a video game tournament, or was it? It was either a video game tournament or one of the conventions when I was an earlier YouTuber, and I rented a car, and I said I wanted a compact car, and then I got to the rental place. They said the only thing we have is this SUV. And I said, well, I need a car. I'll just take what you have. It was like insanely huge, like fucking so hard to maneuver because it was like driving a tank. Like, who would want to drive this fucking giant fat ass thing? So after that, I was like, dude, I would never want an SUV in my life. If ever, I'm just going to get a nice little compact car. I don't have to be dealing with that shit. It was like hard to fit in parking spots and stuff. What a pain. Metal Eden, I believe, what day is Metal Eden coming out? The 5th? Whatever day Metal Eden comes out, I think it's the 5th. That's when I'm going to be trying it out. Nope, I never played Slay the Spire. All right. Hello, Oahu 99 over on Kick. How's it going? All right, folks, shall we adjourn? I think we had a very productive podcast today. This is excellent. We got the next marathon locked. We know what we're doing. People are nominating games. This is great. We've made the progress we were looking to make. I'm pleased with this. Now we can focus on this moving forward for the next week or so. Likely this marathon will take place next week. See, I would like to do it during the weekend, but I mean, that would mean that we have to hit 4 goals, do DSP tries it, and hit another 10 goals by the weekend. And I'm not here Thursday or Friday. So unless we get some really big contributors, I don't think that's happening. Likely what's going to end up happening is the marathon might happen like the middle of next week, but we don't get a lot of viewers for marathons midweek, so I'm not sure what to do. The truth is we can't figure it out until we see the momentum of how long it's going to take us to get to 50 goals. All right, so let's get it going now. We're more than halfway to our 37th goal. Let's lock into that and hit it on the stream right now, and then we can work towards these. Think of it this way. If we hit the goal right now, we have another 3 hours to hit a second goal. We could double up and hopefully get these goals accelerated to get to the marathon, because that's what we want. We want an accelerated marathon, don't we? Of course we do. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for a good show. That was a very productive podcast. I appreciate you all weighing in, giving me your opinions. Thank you for the early support. Always appreciate that and your honest feedback. Tomorrow, we'll see what's going on in the realm of gaming. I don't know if there'll be much. We'll obviously talk about how people, attended this Expedition 33 stream, which I'm very curious to see how it goes. We'll talk about my progress in Minecraft and more. Thank you all. I will see you tomorrow for the Level 1 podcast.